Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another apartment renovation. Today I am renovating 121 Hakim House, and this is going to be a 2-bedroom apartment that is sort of in a contemporary country style or a more modern country style. I was really in the mood to decorate in an apartment. I wasn't sure what style I was going to go for. I just started figuring out a floor plan, and it slowly transitioned into contemporary country. I'm not too surprised by that, considering this is a more modern looking apartment with giant windows, and we just got the cottage living expansion pack, so combining those two things, you have a modern country apartment. But before we get too much further into this build, I did want to mention that today's video is actually being sponsored by Squarespace. I will have more on them later and how you can build an awesome website, plus there'll be a special offer as well. So as you can see right now, it's looking a little bit more industrial in this apartment. I started by placing down a lot of the columns from the Eco Lifestyle expansion pack and also the flooring from that, and then I decided I didn't like that and I wanted to try combining this wallpaper from the cottage living expansion with these modern windows, and I just loved how it looked. But I wanted to make this room feel smaller but keep the windows, so I thought having like a little step up there that could just be a ledge to sit things on or look kind of like a window space is what I wanted to go for, and I definitely wanted to have a fireplace in here as well. So I'm putting that there and really framing it out with some spandrels and columns, and those columns are throughout the rest of the build as well. I had a lot of fun with spandrels and columns in this apartment, and you'll actually see they change colors a couple of times. Right now they're black, and they're going to be black in the end as well, but I do change them to brown, and here they are brown a couple of different times. I was just being very indecisive, but I knew that I wanted to have them, and I'm very happy with that decision. And for this, I kept a lot of the like paintings and additional decorations throughout the space to be more of that country style, but I brought in this more modern sectional sofa in here, which I love. I'm so happy that we have sectionals with Dream Home Decorator. I'm kind of conflicted because it makes sense that we would probably not get any more of them ever because they came with Dream Home Decorator and that was a big part of that pack. But at the same time, I would like to have more, I guess, more styles of them. I don't know if we ever would, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but let me know what you guys think about that. Anyway, right here, I'm trying to figure out what coffee table I want to use. I tried a couple from Parenthood. I tried using this one from Island Living, and I stacked a couple of them. But in the end, I end up using a table that I think is from Seasons. It's like a wood palette. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. We are not there yet. I am working on a side table behind the couch, and I put a collection of paintings from cats and dogs. These are still some of my favorite paintings in the game. They kind of connect together, and there are 4 for each swatch that you could choose. So there are 4 paintings that are in like this dark blue and like gold splotches, and then there's a few different ones as well. There's 4 different ones, and each one has 4 pieces, if that makes sense. They're supposed to stack like 2 on top, 2 on the bottom, but I often will put them 3 across instead. I just think it looks really nice. And I'm also playing around with bookcases here. I wasn't really sure what I was going for, but in the end I have a small like shelf over on this side I just placed down from the Island Living pack, and I clutter that up with all kinds of fun stuff. And then just like some plants and a lamp on the other side. So it's asymmetrical, which is something I prefer anyway. I'm not a huge fan of symmetry. I don't know why. It's always bothered me. Does anyone else feel that way? Because I feel like everyone I talk to in the Sims community is like, everything has to be symmetrical. And I'm like, please no, I don't like it. So I didn't want symmetry there, but I am trying to play around with some plants up here. I also picked a chair to go over in this corner. I think this one is so pretty, once again from Cats and Dogs. Fantastic build and buy pack. Oh my goodness. I'm not a huge fan of the actual cats and dogs in the game, which is strange because I love them in real life. But in The Sims, I'm not a huge fan. But the world that came with that pack and the build and buy assets are fantastic. Anyway, I'm cluttering up this shelf here now using a lot of items from the Country Kitchen kit. That has a lot of beautiful items, so I thought that worked nicely for here. And also this pendant light that is hanging from the ceiling, that is from Cottage Living. I decided to use that instead of a lamp over here, like a floor lamp, but there is a floor lamp over by the chair. And just filling this up with a couple of jars and books and plants. And I also sized down this like side table that looks like some luggage pieces, and put that on the bottom shelf as well. And then I'm changing out the rug for a couple of these ones from the Snowy Escape pack and kind of layering those to make it look bigger. And there is that table that I mentioned way too early on That is from Seasons, I'm pretty sure. I completely missed it. For some reason, I think it's from Seasons, though. But I might be wrong. I feel like all the time I confidently say, this is from this pack, and then it's not. But most of the time, I think I have it right. There's just like a couple of items that trip me up. A couple things from Seasons, and then I think there's a few things that are actually from like Get Together or something that I, for some reason, think are cats and dogs. I'm not entirely sure, but for the most part, I think I know where things are. But anyway, I put a couple of items on the table. We have a tea set, a plant, and a candle. Also adding a little stool over here with some books and another plant on it. I added an ottoman to kind of look like a footstool at the end of that chair. I always like doing things like that. It's not functional in that way, but it looks cute and I like it, so I went for it. And then I'm adding another bookcase over here behind the couch. This is a bookcase from Snowy Escape. I do really like that bookcase. I like how asymmetrical it is. And then there was a little desk as well from Paranormal, that little blue desk with a computer on it. I will be going back like at the end of the build and adding some flowers and stuff. There was no clutter on that desk, so I needed a little bit. Just some flowers, but like something, so it wasn't empty. But we are well into the kitchen now, and I'm using the kitchen set that is from the Country Kitchen Kit, actually. I think I like this kitchen set better than the one from Cottage Living potentially, but maybe because it's a little bit more modern, but also a little bit more rustic. Maybe it's just more my style. That might be why I like it better. But before we finish up this kitchen, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is a powerful all-in-one platform to help you build your online presence. Whether you need a website for your business, your portfolio, maybe content creation, Squarespace can help you with that. They offer a variety of beautiful templates that you can customize to fit your needs. You can even embed videos from third-party websites and connect all of your socials. Plus, you can view a plethora of insightful analytics to help you understand your audience through top traffic sources and unique visits and visitors, as well as products, device types, browsers, and operating systems by visit. You can use an existing domain or purchase one directly through Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, if you go to squarespace.com/MissGryphi, you will receive 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the build. So one of my favorite things about the upper head cabinets that came with the Country Kitchen Kit is one of them is actually like a dish rack. So I put that in the black swatch and put that on the counter next to the sink, and then I'm putting some shelves up here above the counters as well as the fridge. The fridge is actually from Cottage Living. It's kind of styled after the Smeg fridges, which are stunning and beautiful and a dream to have someday, which will probably never happen, but I would love if I could have one. So of course I had to put that in this apartment in this beautiful, beautiful green swatch. And getting some clutter up here, we get some books, some jars, some spices, a bread box, some more tins. Most of the clutter up there is from the Country Kitchen Kit. Obviously it works really nicely with this theme. And then the upper head cabinets that I'm using in the rest of the kitchen, other than the one piece that is the dish rack next to the sink, are actually from Parenthood, because I'm not a huge fan of the rest of the upper head cabinets that come with this pack. They don't really fit together. They're a little bit difficult to use because they're all open and you see the same items, so it would look really repetitive. So I opted for different cabinets in there, and then that kind of gives that sort of country versus modern juxtaposition that I was sort of going with for this build. Not entirely sure if any of that made sense, but I'm going with it. Anyway, we were working on the dining room, and now I kind of talked over it a little bit, and I'm bringing that green swatch into this room. There's definitely a strong green color scheme throughout this apartment. I love how earthy it is, and I've just been really into green lately. It used to be one of my favorite colors a long time ago, and I haven't really thought about what my favorite color is. I just know a lot of my belongings are gray because I don't like to wear a lot of color, and I think gray is just really pretty. I know a lot of people think it's boring, but it's something I like. But in The Sims lately, I've been really into green. It's like everything needs to be green, so yeah, it came in here as well. Plus, we got some beautiful green swatches in the last couple of packs. Cottage Living, Dream Home Decorator. There's some really, really nice swatches. But the dining room came together pretty easily. It was a very small space. And then in the hallway here, which I don't know why I didn't realize this until I was editing the footage, but I put the little, like, organizer in the hallway that has, like, towels and stuff for the bathroom outside of the bedroom instead of outside of the bathroom. I think I got the doors confused, so I might swap that before I upload this to the gallery. But this is going to be the main bathroom for the house. There is 2 bathrooms. There's one here in the hallway that is for anyone to use, and then there is a ensuite for the primary bedroom as well. So two bathrooms in this apartment. I've been doing that so much lately, saying things in the wrong order, and it's really bothering me. Does anyone else have that issue? I feel like I'm constantly like, this thing is happening in my brain. Does anyone else think it this way? In my voiceovers, but it's nice to just chit chat with you guys. Anyway, this room is coming together now. Of course, using the same countertops that I used in the kitchen, getting some shelves up above the toilet and filling those with clutter. I decided to only go with one shelf in the end, and I put a little painting up above it, and then just getting a bathroom over here and a little rug outside of the shower as well for you to, stand on when you get out of the shower so you don't slip and fall. And then duplicating a lot of those items over onto that ensuite. It's much smaller in here. Well, not much smaller. I guess it's pretty much smaller. It's 3 tiles smaller, but using a lot of the same items. And I fiddle so long in both bathrooms trying to get the toothbrush holder as well as the soap to sit where I want it to on the countertop. I just fiddle with it way too long. But this is going to be the primary bedroom. I tried a couple of different beds, but I'm pretty sure, I cut that out because I was so indecisive because I wanted something modern, but I was trying to figure out if I wanted the wallpaper to be modern or if I wanted the bed to be modern, because one of them was going to be more like country-esque and the other one was going to be more modern. And I decided to go with this beautiful wallpaper that came with Cottage Living and then use this 4-poster bed that came with the City Living pack in here in this blue swatch that worked really nicely with the greens, and there's some blues in the wallpaper as well. And I just thought it looked so pretty. So I was happy with that. Plus, everything looks so nice with this reshade. I have been wanting to look for a new reshade for a while, and I had tweeted during this week asking for some recommendations for new reshade preset because I haven't gotten one in years, and I just wanted to check things out. And a ton of people left recommendations. I'm trying to remember which one I downloaded. It was one a bunch of people had recommended. This one is Dove 2.0. There was a bunch of recommendations specifically for this one. There was a few other ones, and I'm like checking out a bunch of different ones. I don't know which one I'm going to end up keeping in the end, but I really liked how this looked for this particular style. It just looks so soft and bright and pretty. So I might end up keeping this one, but if you see a couple of different reshades bouncing around in my videos over the next week or so, I'm just exploring because I haven't downloaded a new reshade in years, and it just seemed like a fun idea. So that is why this video probably looks a little bit different, although I don't know what order anything is coming out in, so you might have seen other videos with different reshades. I'm not sure. And of course, if you have any feedback on if you'd like the coloring of this video, or if you have a reshade that you absolutely adore, I am totally down to look at a bunch of different presets. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I kind of broke my reshade in the process of installing some new ones because it was so outdated on my PC, so that was fun. I had to completely uninstall and reinstall reshade. So, yay! But anyway, this is the kids' bedroom now. I kind of talked over the rest of the primary bedroom, and this is like a twin kid room. I thought this came out so cute. It's not like too childlike. I'm using the wallpaper from Cottage Living once again with the bunnies on it, which is super cute. And then we're just getting a corkboard over here that ends up being 2 desks, some bookcases, dressers, all the bedroom things. But there's just something about this room I really liked because it's childlike, but like not too childlike. I feel like it's a little bit more put together, a little bit more adult. Maybe the parents' design to this room. It's not the experience I had as a kid. My childhood bedroom was like, I have an animal print bedspread and a Jesse McCartney poster on the wall. So, it's very different than that. And I also didn't have wallpaper or painted walls or anything like that. Speaking of which, I did a build a few months ago now where I built my dream childhood bedroom. So what I wished I had when I was a kid, not what I wish I had now looking back, but when I was a kid, what I wished I had. And it was a disaster of color and animal prints. And yeah. Anyway, with that, we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.